Hi guys, I'm back again after um, 2 years and a couple of months. I just wanted to take a second video just to update on whatever I am doing to treat my hair loss, which is nothing. Uh, I know it sounds weird, but I did find that stop taking picture of my baldness, stop thinking about it, just help me out living a happy life again. I was getting very obsessed in taking pictures of my hair every single day to see progress or to see what was going on. I was getting very obsessed. I was using my iPhone and taking pictures and videos to understand where it was balding, if it was regrowing. I was doing all this treatment with pills, supplements, and 3 months supplements to see if there was any progress or not. Um, as I said in the video, some of the treatments kind of work out, but there's not such a cure as to treat hair loss. Definitely not to regrow them without side effects. There's definitely some regrow stories and success, but side effects are terrible. I already talked about minoxidil in the previous video. I'm not gonna, if you wanna know about it, please just check the first video out. But in this video, I wanna focus on the saw palmetto and on every supplement that contains it. I do know that in my first video I shared what Dr. Oxy was saying about saw palmetto, that maybe is some type of natural DHT blocker and contributes to prevent hair loss. Um, but I do have to say that through my personal experience, saw palmetto was the most dangerous supplements I've ever taken. Um, and I say this because it did cause some imbalance in my libido and testosterone. I noticed a decrease in my sexual activity. It wasn't too bad, not, you know, not that I had to take some other medicine for, but definitely was annoying. I was getting annoyed about it. Like, again, my overall arousal was less. And I'm doing this video now because I finally, again, get out of this. I think it took at least a year of stopping taking saw palmetto to actually see myself and my sexual life getting back to where it was. I feel like my sexual life is good now as it was before I started all these supplements. Um, so even if I do believe grain, dairy, sugar, gluten, they need to be reduced. On top of these things, make sure you do reduce any type of junk food. It doesn't matter if it's gluten-free or vegan, if it's processed or there's colorant or any type of chemical, it's bad. We need, it's important to go back to very, very natural food. That's the secret. I want to bring an example. I lived for 5 years in Washington, D.C. I'm Italian originally. And, as Italian, we used to eat pasta every day. So I was carrying on my habits in America. And what I found out after a while that eating pasta was that I started having leaky gut issues. I started having IBS. And I was wondering what exactly was happening. And, it wasn't clear to me because I used to eat pasta all my life. And it looks like when I was not eating pasta but I was eating rice, that problem was decreasing, so I became gluten-free for a while. Although I have to say I moved to England 1 year ago and I started again eating pasta here, and surprisingly I don't have any type of leaky gut issues. So I kind of investigate this, and it looks like that, food regulations are very critical in countries. Specifically, the FDA in the United States has a very, very low amount of regulations that food providers, manufacturers have to comply to. And that was a very, very unpleasant fact I discovered. I discovered there are products like corn syrup, antibiotics, a lot of colorants. I'm not listing them because there's so many, but a lot of regulations that here in England and in the EU as general we have are not in the US. Um, I'm not doing any preference. I'm just saying it's very important that you look the food you eat and that is free from any type of chemical conservants that can impact your overall like life overall. It's a quality of life. So make sure you eat healthy, and again, like maybe it's worth spending some extra money or getting it from the local market, but it's truly important that we get rid of all those chemicals because that is one of the reasons why hair loss is happening. We can just avoid that. Nutrition is what comes after breathing, so it's very important. Um, Back to soap and metal, I said I at this point I do not recommend it. I do feel the Dr. Axie video was quite extreme in the dosage. Um, I I do not recommend it. The long-lasting side effects are terrible. To be honest, I wished I just lost a bit more of hair, but kept my libido steady. It was quite of a traumatic thing to come across, and I'm very, very happy that it took a year, but my body get back to a proper, like, healthy sexual life. But took a one entire year to get rid of all the soap and metal. And again, I know in my previous video I advised to do this 3 months treatment with supplements, but really be careful because we don't know what's in these supplements. Science improve and improve itself continuously. They might discover some of these supplements is not good for you. We don't know yet right now. I'm not saying go to the pharmacist, go to your doctor. They probably know even less than what you know because if you have this obsession, I'm sure you know a lot about hair loss. But just be careful. I mean, just try to detect the side effects that any type of supplement has on you and stop right away if you do see that there's some side effects that are unpleasant. As of right now, I'm not doing anything. As some of you said in my videos, it's true. Hair loss is mostly genetics. I don't know the percentage, but it's definitely more than 70% the cause of it is just genetics. I do feel myself having the same balding spots of my father. I don't know what, of course there are things that speed it up, like decrease it, but overall it's kind of like, it's very hard to escape. To be very honest and truthful with all of you, all I'm thinking is, I'm currently 34. I'm waiting maybe, I hope to reach 40 with decent amount of hair, and then I will shave like everyone else. If I have enough money, I might just do a hair transplant. We all know Rooney did it. A lot of people did hair transplant. It's quite successful. I do not see myself taking any other type of supplements at this time. And then again, as you come out through the comments of my previous videos, if there was such a thing as a truthfully effective treatment of hair loss, the manufacturer would have been a billionaire, and we would all not talk about it anymore. So it's a fact that there is not a cure for hair loss, not one that doesn't have any side effects. Currently, we have two options: carry on with it or hair transplant. I don't see any other in between. Supplements are good. Doing diets, adjustments definitely helps, but I would say diet adjustments basically probably decrease the amount of hair you lose and probably just basically hold the hair loss. But I will not expect a hair regrow just because you adjust your diet. Um, it's the same for NoFap business, um, DHT. Overly masturbation might have a link with hair loss. A healthy masturbation, I think, like everything, maybe every 2 3 days. I don't see how that can impact drastically hair loss. So yes, of course, healthy masturbation. No one likes to over masturbate. Healthy diet. Try to get free of all the conservants. And yes, gluten, sugar, diaries, casein is in diaries bad. Um, yeah, sugar, all sugar definitely is the first cause. Gassy drinks, junk food. We all know what to get rid of. It's good to nourish ourselves. Just as a tip, it's not just not eating. We need to probably eat more healthy food, and that what prevents us to have that type of um, appetite for junk food. We need to keep eating more healthy food. We can eat a salad like 10 times a day. Like we need to find some type of food that is good for us, say to crunch. We are crunchers. There's foods like little it's a little yellow thing. It's called lupini in Italy. I don't know in England, unfortunately, but it's very good to crunch if you're a cruncher. Like sunflower seeds are good for crunchers. I'm a cruncher, so I always kind of like to crunch. So I'm trying to deviate and again nourish myself with healthy food rather than just cut off and not eat or just cut off the carbs like no bread. Very stupid. Like you just have to put something else instead of bread. You cannot just take it off because then you will be hungry and then you will eat suddenly when you don't control yourself. So keep nourish yourself with healthy food. Uh, Again, a healthy balance between sexual life or masturbation and yeah, I had to say, just carry on with it. Again, there are a lot of people that just shave. I think shaving after a while is not too bad. I think this is my plan. Just again, like keep it up until it goes, and then if there's no hairstyle that kind of like fits my face, I'll shave. And then if I'm very keen and I have a financial amount of money to uh, fund like a hair transplant, I would go for it. Not sure though. I'm not recommending this right now. I think the best thing to do is honestly just get on with it. Just accept ourselves. And I think that's all for now. I do apologize for